Uh, it's the live stream on a Friday evening, and it's filled with gaming stuff. If you want more talking and to know what's happening, it's so wonderful and more.
Oh, it was supposed to be a song.
It was supposed to be Watermelon Sugar High, but like I literally couldn't think of any other lyrics.
It wasn't bad.
Tom, considering you came up with that literally 10 seconds before we went live on air, that's pretty
I
impressive.
do this to myself every time. I just always procrastinate.
Oh my god, you procrastinate everything. Work,
Yeah,
the music, everything, bro.
I get it done.
Oh man, oh man. So how y'all doing? James Jarvis, good to see you, bro. Always a pleasure having you here. Tom and Amanda are here right now. Jeremy will be late as always. Oh no, he's not. He's actually here.
No
What?
way.
Not late. Let's
You
go.
missed my song though. Come on, you gotta join after I sing.
Well, why do you think I waited?
Jeremy is
Ah,
actually
I'm
here.
kidding.
He's actually pretty much on time. Holy crap, this is a
Whoa.
miracle. I don't think we're gonna have Sean today. He was supposed to come on, but who knows what happened? No one knows. Yeah, wow,
Wait,
Jeremy's
hold
here.
on. Let me check.
I'm stunned.
Let's see if he's playing games.
Okay.
in-
Also,
15 minutes
also,
already?
James.
How is Jeremy here already?
I know. Also, James, how's the audio, dude? How's the audio from everyone?
Good. Oh wait, I'm not James.
Sean's not playing games. Okay, he's
Okay, so
clear.
he's who knows what he's doing. Yeah, so James, I got bubbly seltzer with me, for the stream. So
got
no
some.
regular water this week.
Got some bubbly wine myself.
There you go, Tom.
Same.
Nice. Okay.
I got some
Audio
bubbly,
screen?
not bubbly water.
There you go. He's got the regular water.
Exactly.
You
So
mean the
how-
bubbly with one B?
What?
At least it's V.
What?
Yeah. What did she say?
Bubbly with one B.
Oh no, I just
Oh.
said bubbly for the joke. I don't know.
Oh wait, someone's echoing. Oh, Amanda's echoing. Amanda, you gotta fix that.
Linda. Oh,
Where'd she go?
Her headphones probably came unplugged.
Okay, because she's gotta fix that.
Yeah.
No, the audio doesn't sound good because Amanda's echoing.
Why? Wait,
There we go.
really? Oh, I guess because I have my volume up. How about now?
Yeah, now you sound fine.
Okay.
Okay.
You good? You good?
All right.
I'm just used to having the
so
volume
how y'all
blasting.
doing? Tom, what games did you play this week?
Oh man, I played Skyrim. I played Craftopia. Hey guys, play
You-
Craftopia.
Wait, isn't that just a Breath of the Wild clone?
No, it's an everything clone. But no, it's actually really good. Like,
That's all I could ever ask for. It's
Dude,
everything I ever wanted.
It's got hoverboards, helicopters. It's got like Breath of the Wild graphics. It's got combat that's fun. It's got
got the graphics? Oh,
Minecraft.
man.
It's everything. It's literally everything. I mean, if you want anything in, it's like just it's in that game. Just can you guys get it and then play with me?
Tom, I just bought like 3 games, dude.
Yeah, but you can buy one more.
Why not 4?
How much is it?
I don't know, but it's like not anything less.
Isn't
it's
it
like,
20? It's like
less,
20 bucks.
It's less than
Or
100.
25.
It's less than 100, but more than like 10. I don't
20
know.
bucks?
I
That's
thought
not.
you
That's
said it
actually
was
not
20.
bad.
You lied, Tom. It's actually 25.
I got it on sale.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
I don't
actually.
know, maybe.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
It's really not. Everyone should
It's
get
early
it.
access still.
I know. I don't really like early access games, but I made an exception for this one, which should tell you something.
Jeremy, you play any
Tells
games
me
this
that
week?
it's very good. I played a little bit of Civ 6 just for fun.
You play any
Nothing
Famicom
new.
games?
On a
What?
certain laptop?
Yeah, on my new gaming laptop that I was.
Yeah, I heard you got a gaming laptop, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
who are the awesome people who got you that?
It's 2 out of the other 3 people in this chat.
Wow.
3? Wait, 1, 2, 3.
No, I said, I said other 3 people.
Other
as in
3,
people
okay.
not-
I don't count as part
Yes,
of
you
this. I
do.
guess.
What do you mean you do? I'm saying people who aren't me, as in the other 3.
People who aren't
Besides me, I'm not gonna count. I didn't get it for myself. Clearly, you're not insinuating I got it for myself.
I got one for myself.
Yeah, and that's fine. I didn't. It's totally fine. You got it for yourself. I just didn't get one for myself.
I'm just trying to find a reason to be insulted.
You shouldn't be. I'm thanking you.
I'm trying to be insulted, Jeremy.
But why?
I need something to be angry about.
That's fair.
Man, are you playing the games this week or no?
I played House Flipper.
What the
Haven't
hell
played
is
that in a while.
Is that a mobile game?
No, it's on Steam. It's oddly relaxing. It like literally put me to sleep. Just like painting walls and cleaning windows and picking up trash for people. I don't actually have enough money to like actually flip a house yet. I'm just doing jobs for people. But I don't know. There's something about it that's just fun. Maybe not fun.
Maybe what you should do is you should learn how to flip actual houses. Maybe it's a passion of yours.
I don't think it is. I really just like I mean, honestly, I probably would be into getting into like interior design. That could be fun. As long as I can make spreadsheets, then I'm good.
Yeah, you love
I
your
love my
spreadsheet.
Well, you can definitely make a couple spreadsheets for that.
I'm gonna get you a
sure.
spreadsheet.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get you a spreadsheet for Christmas. I feel like all you want is just spreadsheets.
You know, I don't know how. I mean, depending on what you're making a spreadsheet of.
No, I'll
then
just
I'll
give you a
count it as a
spreadsheet to
gift.
make for me as a gift.
Are you saying you wouldn't appreciate his gift? Is that what
I
you're...
am not saying that.
That's what it
I
sounds
love
like.
all of his gifts.
All his gifts are good.
Yes.
Well, anyway, the chat's popping. Yo, what up, chat?
Hello, everyone.
Jake's here. Freshness is here. Very nice. Yeah. So this week didn't really play a whole lot other than Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Still excellent game. Absolutely loving it. Probably my game of the year so far. I think it's really good, and yeah, I just can't stop playing it, man. It's super fun. And then I play Fall Guys a little bit on Monday as well.
With me.
Nice.
With you, yes, Tom, and we actually did pretty good in the beginning. Towards
I
the
still-
end, I kind of started to
yeah.
suck, but dude, towards the beginning, we were like getting all the way to the finals pretty consistently.
I have not won a single game, but that's fine. I just like to have fun and leap through windmills, and it's fine.
I really love Fall Guys, man. I can't wait for the more mini games that come out.
Yeah, it needs more mini games.
You know, it's like and there will be more mini games, I'm sure, like coming
yeah,
out
I
in
mean,
the next season.
Hopefully they don't just put all their effort into making skins, and hopefully they make more mini games.
Yeah,
It'd be a big wasted opportunity to not add some more like variety to the game because clearly people like the engine, you know.
for sure. Yeah, I think they'll definitely do that, honestly. Especially since, like you said, the game is really popular right now. And especially if they're planning on releasing it to Switch and Xbox at some point next year, like they were talking about, I think they definitely need to add more games. And they definitely need to add that single-player mode so you could practice.
Yeah, they
So
need
that
it.
would be helpful.
I would like a single player
I have a
mode.
question. Do you guys do this at the beginning of every podcast and I just miss it every time?
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
I was like,
Welcome.
Pretty much.
I'm like,
Welcome
this is
to
fun.
the to
Yeah,
the
we
live
always
stream,
do. Welcome to the
Jeremy.
live stream, dude.
Let's go.
Oh. Well, anyway, so Jeremy, we
I
also
just
introduced the
wanted to know.
topics. We also introduced, so we do this and then we introduce the topics.
Normally,
All right. Okay.
normally,
Normally, I
feel
just
like
jump into topic number 2, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times we do this like trying to wait for you, and we're like, you
Yeah,
know what?
usually.
We'll just get on. We'll just
Usually.
start talking about things.
Usually, yeah, it is 10:15 now, which is about the time you usually come anyway. So you're actually here for the first topic from the very beginning. So
let's go.
there's quite a bit of stories to talk about. I guess we'll start off with the kind of the. Well, all right, let's start with this, guys. GameStop. We're one of the things we're known for on this channel, I think, is GameStop stories. And GameStop
As we should
announced
be.
that they are closing 450 stores with more losses to come, and they had a significant stock drop when the Xbox Series S was announced as an all-digital console. So what are your guys' thoughts on GameStop closing? And is there and we say this all the time, but is there any saving GameStop at this point? Can Reggie save GameStop?
I think it's really
Wow.
funny. It's like you were so excited to talk about this. I could tell.
I
before
love
we
talking about
started.
GameStop, dude. I was so excited for the stream to talk about GameStop.
Yeah. Look, I don't.
But it sucks that it's
honestly-
closing, though. You know.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Believe me, I would love for there to be like tons of video game stores around everywhere, but the reality is like there's just really not a need for them. You know, like I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what do you actually need a video game store for? Like you can go in and like check out new games and stuff, but I mean, really, like most times you go in there, you already know what you're looking for. You know?
And also, like, in an increasingly digital age, the need
what I was gonna
for
say.
something like GameStop. I mean, I mean the same reason that like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video lost business. It's like
Aw,
going to start
no.
happening with GameStops too.
Don't remind
I
me.
think it'll follow the same path eventually. I would imagine.
Right.
Yeah, I think especially because if you were to want to purchase a physical game too, most of your common retailers have a like Walmart, Target, they have a video game section.
Oh
So it's
yeah,
like
that's true too.
you don't really need a store exclusively for video games at this point in the market. And they aren't really I mean if they actually had good buyback deals, maybe maybe that could become their niche. But unfortunately, they're infamously very bad at that. So
Yeah, like James Jarvis just said though, GameStop would have been successful if they didn't make new releases $5 more and sold their used games $5 less than new. You know, it's like that's exactly it. It's like I could go to the store, and Jerry, we talked about this on a podcast episode before. We can
Yes, we did.
literally go to a store and find Breath of the Wild, which is a 3-year-old game almost, and
For,
it's
like,
still
$60.
it's still nearly $60. Like that's just
That's ridiculous.
that's just ridiculous, you know? Like that, like how is that like how are you gonna get people to go into the store and buy a used game for $55? And granted,
Yeah.
okay, they promise that you can return the game, whatever, but that's still not enough an incentive to get it from them, you know?
Yeah.
It just
yeah,
I
and you could
mean-
probably get it from an Amazon seller for like 40 something. I'm just guessing. But
Yeah,
I
or even like
remember-
those smaller businesses. Like, I mean, I
yeah.
guess with LA Toy and Game, when we talked to Bill, like he was talking about doesn't he sells some video games, but I think it's mostly like games and toys, like vintage toys and
Yeah, it's
like
like he
collectible
has like
items
some retro games, but not much. He's mostly known for the collectibles.
right now,
I
fun
feel like
fact:
they would be a little bit more successful, maybe.
Breath of the
like
Wild is
GameStop, but-
currently on sale for $50 instead of $60 on Amazon.
Wow.
Jeez, on Amazon, wow.
Yeah. They actually, to be fair, yeah, Amazon does still sell at normally retail price at $60. So maybe GameStop isn't the only one guilty.
But does
of that one.
GameStop sell used game? I mean, does Amazon sell used games?
Yeah.
Yeah, people
do.
can independent
Oh, yeah.
sellers can resell through Amazon.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's
It's-
still different
it's-
than GameStop though, because you
Yeah,
could do the same thing on
it's-
eBay.
It's more about like people posting their own things on there, whereas GameStop is like the company, you know, putting up used games.
Right.
But I mean, generally, I don't recommend anyone go to GameStop to trade in anything, in my opinion, because
Yeah,
Tom,
no,
do you
you're,
have a story
you're
about trading in
infinitely
games?
better off trading
Yeah.
it.
no,
I mean, selling it somewhere else.
the stories you hear about people like trying to trade things in there, they're not false. Like I've done it myself. Even as a kid, I remember back in the days of the 360, I had like it was like 18 or 20 games or something like that, and I went in and I as a kid I didn't know any better. I
You think
traded
you're
these
gonna
games
make
in.
out huge?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was like, man, I can't wait to get a bunch of games, and they scanned them all and was like, all right, that's good for like I forget the exact amount he gave me, but there was enough store credit to get like 2 new games, and I was like, really? I gave you like 20 games, man. Like you're gonna give me 2 games for 20 games? Like I know they're kind of older, but really, like that's not a lot. That's like nothing.
No,
Listen, but I
it-
still
Tom,
did it.
you
'cause
don't
I
get
was-
it. Your
I was still a
games
dumb
were
kid.
used, so now they're $5 less retail price.
Oh, they're
so
much more than $5 less retail price.
no, I know. I mean, for them, they're gonna sell them for $5 less.
Oh.
But that's it.
Yeah,
You got like $1 for each game, probably.
Yeah, they need to make a 2,000% profit off of my game.
Well, of course. You know, if they don't, then what's the point?
Let's see. James Jarvis has a mom and pop game store near him. Let's see. The workers there like working there and don't pressure to buy. They mostly have a culture for the love of game. Yeah, and that's just it. James Jarvis, when we interviewed Sean on not this Sean, but Review Tech USA Sean from the Exposed podcast about working at GameStop, one of the things that really was telling about why their business is just going down the drain is not just because of the whole digital distribution thing, but also because they have people there who just aren't passionate about gaming, and they literally have guys in suits and ties who come visit the store, and these corporate heads who literally wouldn't know the difference between an Xbox and a PlayStation if they saw one. And they're coming and making all these business decisions. They have no idea what they're doing. So the fact that you have unpassionate people, you have employees who are told to like force pre-orders and shove pre-orders and shove this like corporate sayings down, like every time you want to buy a game. It's just ridiculous, because like if you have like a grandmother or something going there to buy a game for their for their grandkid or something, they don't want to pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2 or Cyberpunk, whatever the newest game is. They just want to get the game and get out. Like, they're not going to know what game to pre-order because they're not going to get it. So
yeah, they probably don't even know what that game is.
Yeah, they don't know what the game is, and why bother asking people? It just makes no sense. What else did James say? Plus, think of the brick and mortar GameStop stores. How much are they paying for mall space and mini mall space? If they own land, it would be cheaper. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Is Amanda, did you say one of the GameStops on Long Island is closing in one of the malls, or was
Actually,
that a different store?
there's so apparently there is another one in that town, not the mall one though. But there are actually, I found another one in Comac that's closing too, and there's probably more, but there's two at least in like Suffolk County alone that are closing.
Wow,
so.
that's
Yeah.
Well, the problem too what GameStop did was when GameStop was getting really big during the 6th and 7th gen of consoles, during like the Wii, starting from the GameCube, but really during the 360, PS3, like that's when GameStop was king. They started getting all this money, and then what they ended up doing is they opened like a store on every corner. So it's like, well, wait a second, why do I need a GameStop on like, let's say by me, like a GameStop like on the town 10 minutes up the road, and also a GameStop 5 minutes up the road? Like it makes no sense. So that was part of the problem too, is they opened up too many stores unnecessarily.
But you don't understand, Justin. What if you want to walk to GameStop one night and get another controller? You need to have that option. It's in walking distance.
Yeah, I just don't get what they're doing here. It's like,
you got to remember, GameStop was an essential business, so you need them on every corner.
I can't believe they try to claim themselves as essential too. What the hell was that, man? That was unbelievable.
To be fair, you see, they probably just felt like they had to financially stay open. Mm-hmm. Now we're seeing that they didn't. They got some pushback and they had to close, and now obviously that didn't work out for them. Not that I'm saying it was justified for them to say they were essential, but what I'm saying is clearly they were probably under a lot of economic pressure.
Yeah, they're claiming they have cell phones. My ass, GameStop. You're not known for giving out cell phones, dude. Like you're known for being a game store, and like that was part of the reason why they were such like, we have cell phone plans and stuff. No one's going to GameStop to buy a freaking cell phone. Like, let's be real here. You know what I'm saying? It's just absolutely.
Do they even have cell phones?
They do, yeah. Some of them, yeah. They try to do cell phones, and the other thing too. Let's not forget about all the merch and crap they sell too. It's like you go there, it's like you're walking into like a Hot Topic. It's like, I want to get a game. Like, okay, it's cool how they had the merchandise of like the statues and stuff, but like you're not going there to like get all these like t-shirts or like pop vinyls, which are the absolute worst. As you guys know, I hate those stupid things. You're not there to get that stuff. You're there to get games, and I don't know. They really have to figure out what they're gonna do post the pandemic. Needing a Mad Cat. Oh my God, the Mad Cat's controllers were the absolute worst. God, Jerry, have you ever used a Mad Cat's GameCube controller? They're horrible.
The Mad Cat's GameCube ones are really bad. I remember I had Mad Cat's PS1 controllers that were actually kind of good, but every other Mad Cat's controller I ever used in my life was terrible. Do you remember like the tiny GameStop GameCube controller?
I do.
The little one?
I do.
Yeah. It's like the worst controller, but it's very funny. It's very funny that it exists.
And the thing about the Mad Cat's controller, which was nuts, is like I remember playing Mario Sunshine in like when I really get into it, like 6th grade, and I remember like having the Mad Cat's controllers. I was on the last lava world, like almost 100% completing the game. And you know the spin move you do in Mario Sunshine where you do 360 spin move? My
Yeah,
analog
and you
stick
spray
had
flood it
drifting.
somehow.
Yeah, my analog stick had drifting after I was doing that move. So it was like I was doing the move and all of a sudden I had drifting and I had to get another control. I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous. Like, what the hell is going on here? And they were so uncomfortable, man. It was nuts.
Yeah, like the grip is just so bad on them. Like you'd think they would just like, if you're gonna make an alternative controller, you just try and make it more comfortable than the old one.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the
and
game controller is already pretty comfortable, so.
oh, exactly. And I saw a man just linked in New York, 23 GameStop have closed in this year alone.
Or planning to close
Or
by
planning to
October.
close.
Yeah.
And that's just it's not shocking because listen, there's some things we want physical copies for, like Super Mario All-Stars. Like, and by the way, that's already sold out of pre-orders on Amazon, which is crazy.
I'm
So
glad
Jerry,
I bought it on the show
Jerry, I
last
was
week.
gonna say, good thing
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
our copies. Good thing
Yeah,
we
I'm
got
very
our
glad that I
copies.
bought it on the show.
Yeah. So like there are some things that people want physical for, but let's just keep it real. We're gonna talk about the Xbox Series S in a little bit, but having these all digital only consoles is not helping. Is not helping GameStop, and they're definitely panicking as a result of this. You know, like even like I don't know, even like the retro games, they're not helping because a lot of people, not now obviously, but a lot of people were getting retro games at like gaming conventions and on eBay and stuff. They weren't really going to GameStop anymore because they weren't like putting them out like they were during the 6th and 7th generation of consoles. Like I remember getting into the GameCube library when I had my Wii and playing the backwards compatibility on it. There would be GameCube games all over the place, used that you could buy. And they were like really promoting the retro stuff. And now it's like few and far between.
Yeah. Look, if the reality is that, like, if GameStop wants to survive, they have to change. Like, they can't keep trying to brute force and like be like, all right, you come here, we'll offer up pre-orders, we'll get like we'll get like game offer things and our games. Like, look, the reality, yeah, everyone's going digital now. That's just like what's happening. And yes, there's some people who want, the physical copies of things, but if they want to survive, they have to adapt and try and get it on that bandwagon that is, cloud gaming. What is Microsoft's
xCloud?
Yeah, xCloud, that's what it is.
But see, I agree with James though. It's too late for that, Tom.
I mean,
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
It's too late.
they already have such a negative reputation.
They have to
can they
try
do?
though. I mean,
And the market's already shifting away from them. So it's like
Yeah.
if they thing is if they had a good reputation, like what retailers like Target and Walmart have over digital is like you walk into the store and it's like you have a good in-store experience. GameStop has a negative reputation for their in-store experience. So it's like the only thing that keeps people going to retailers is because if they enjoy and prefer going in store rather than buying things online. But if the going in store experience sucks, you're never gonna go there.
Yeah.
The writing
Yeah.
was on the wall 5 years ago, James. But Amanda, I want to ask you, as someone who just got into gaming like pretty recently after you met Tom, have you ever gone to a GameStop before and like had any kind of do you remember going to a GameStop ever, or have you ever been to a GameStop? Like,
oh yeah.
What was
Yeah.
your experience like as someone who like doesn't pay attention to the industry like us? Like, were you watching the TVs with what's her name, Jeremy? I always forget her name, but the person who like is on the TVs like advertising the games, like like the famous person.
I
who,
know
like,
exactly who you're
you know what I
talking
mean?
about,
She,
but I
like-
don't know what her name is either.
Like, look, like just keep
She's
it
got
real.
brown hair.
Yeah,
like,
I listen, keeping it real, like do what you got to do for money and do what you got to do to get a gig, like not knocking that at all, but like she clearly does not know anything about games. Like, but anyway, Amanda, like, did you pay attention to that stuff or not really?
I feel like, yeah, I mean, I definitely remember going into one a while ago. And I mean, God, it had to have been like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, but I remember looking for a specific game. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, I might just not have even known what I was looking for, but also, like, I don't know. I don't really remember them knowing that much about whatever I was asking either. So, like, I mean, usually I feel like if they were actually good salesmen, they would kind of try and suggest other games similar to what you're looking for too. Like if you can't find, But
Yeah.
I've never had that either. So I mean, again, my experience. I mean, I've maybe been to a GameStop like 3 or 4 times in my life. I've been to Radio Shack more than I've been to a GameStop. But
That's fair. That's fair. Also, James, I love your comment. Man, when you said you didn't know much about games when you went in there, James Jarvis replied, he said, neither do the employees.
I see that.
Well, actually, it was funny because I actually had a fairly good GameStop employee when I was getting to the GameCube library, and I remember when I got Wind Waker, I was with my grandmother, and he helped me get a GameCube controller, although it was Mad Catz, and he did help me get a memory card, although it was Mad Catz. It was only they didn't have the official the official GameCube controller available, so he was doing his job. But you're right, James. Like the only few good GameStop there's only a handful of good GameStop employees, and Sean who's on the Exposed podcast, who's also on my podcast, he did mention that as well. It was they had a lot of, especially during the Christmas time and holidays, they had a lot of seasonal help from guys who were just completely unmotivated to do anything. So that definitely hurt them.
Yeah, I guess GameStop will just be the new Toys R Us.
But see,
gone.
it's gonna go away.
I think they'll decline slower.
Yeah, because Toys R Us was a little bit of a different situation, from my understanding. They picked up a lot. Toys R Us, from my understanding, was actually doing okay financially, but they picked up so much debt when they were acquired or something. I forgot. I saw the company man, who's a really good YouTube channel, talk about that on a video. It's different than GameStop because, and you mentioned cloud gaming though, Tom. Here's the difference. In the movie industry, there's a middleman, right? So there's always the movie studio, there's the production company, and there's the distributor. So Netflix is the distributor, right? The movie studios aren't putting out their own content. Paramount isn't having a streaming service. They're going through Netflix, or they're going through Amazon Prime as a service. Microsoft and Sony, they are not going through a middleman. They're putting it out right on their console store, and you buy it directly through them. So there is no need for there to be a GameStop middleman for streaming. Like Xbox, you could just stream right on their service. And now if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get xCloud included. So why would you go to a GameStop or even Walmart? They're trying to do that service for cloud gaming. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, what can they do at this point? What does GameStop have left they can possibly do?
There's one thing I think they could do. Because what Toys R Us decided to do, because after they went out of business, they were purchased by someone else. And they're planning on rebranding it as a place where you can go and experience toys and have fun with toys. And then they're gonna have an online retail option. So it's gonna be more like a toy experience place. So it incentivizes people to try toys, and then they might want to buy them. So they're they're completely reworking their model. And I think if GameStop had a similar gaming experience location, it might be better for them, but at the same time they'd have to create their own incentivization systems.
I mean, to that point, what if GameStop tried to do a thing where it's just a place where you go and just play video games with people,
Yeah, I think that could probably work for them.
That'd be an arcade, right? It would be kind of like an arcade.
Actually, yeah, it would just be another kind of arcade, but a more modern version of our arcade.
Yeah, that would be
modern
interesting.
Consoles and stuff, and I don't know. I feel like that could be pretty good.
I think so too. It's they were trying to do, before the pandemic hit, they were trying to do all kinds of esport activities and gaming legends and stuff. And I agree. I think that is a way that they could try to bounce back. I mean, they look, they have to try something. They're holding on for dear life with this pandemic, obviously, because you can't have these gaming lounges and stuff when this is going on.
Yeah.
But you're right. After this is over, I really think they need to kind of become an arcade style thing, and get people to play these modern consoles.
I mean, I would go there. I would try out the, when the pandemic's over. I'd go. If they have the new consoles there, I want to see what they're like. I want to.
Maybe if they got the Amico there.
Oh, if they got the Amico.
If they got the Amico, yeah, which they probably will.
No, but that'd actually be really cool to have all these different game consoles and people who are interested in this and make new friends and play games together. Like this that could be fun. That's not something
Yeah.
that you can just do anywhere.
Yeah,
Just
and then
online.
I mean the name GameStop is appropriate for it too. I mean you're stopping and playing games.
They've got half the work already done for them. They don't have to change the name or
Yeah.
anything.
I think rather than being a mediocre game store, they could be a good arcade.
Speaking about
Fresh just wants to talk. Well, Fresh, what do you want to talk about the Amico though? Because we are going to talk about the digital distribution with Scott Pilgrim in a second. But let's see, what's James say? I want to open a business that sold games, had arcade cabinets there, a pool table, and you could bring your own controllers and games and play on the in-store couch and TVs for a small monthly fee. That'd be pretty cool. There is a place by me in New Jersey that does have a similar service like that. That works, but you can't bring your own games. But they have like all bunch of consoles and TVs and cabinets. They could run tournaments and demo games.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I was about to read Scuba Jeff's comment.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Making their own, tournaments and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
Yeah,
Land
it could be
setups,
a game cafe. Yeah, that's a very good point. Like you could. The thing is, they have to if they adjust their business model to be like that, it kind of actually gives them a niche because you can't. That's a kind of experience you can't get digitally.
Right.
But
if they don't do it, I'll open one.
Go ahead. I mean, it seems like everybody in chat has great ideas about this too.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. Do you think Reggie is actually thinking of these like what is Reggie's role? Like listen, not knocking on Reggie. The guy is a legend in the gaming industry. I absolutely love Reggie. I think everybody does. But like, what is he? Is he really thinking of ideas? You think is he brainstorming these ideas for GameStop, or is he just chilling on a beach somewhere and getting like a monthly check from these guys? Like what is he doing?
Yeah,
I think
I
honestly,
like
I think he just invested and then he is like there in case they make a comeback, but I don't think he invested enough where it would be a huge loss for him. I'm sure he'll be fine. I don't think he actually is that personally invested in it from what I understand, but I also don't know.
Look, we're thinking of ideas right now. Is Reggie even come on, like he's got to have thought of something, but like, is it him that's like thinking these ideas and like GameStop corporate is shooting them down? Like, I really don't know how it's working. Okay, Reggie's a salesman. He worked at yes, Reggie, and he turned Pizza Hut around, from my understanding, to James Jarvis.
What is Play and Trade? Because Scuba Jeff was saying Play and Trade was trying that. I don't.
Play and Trade was yes. Play and Trade is actually a pretty cool store. It was similar to GameStop, but the employees were way more knowledgeable, and there was fewer stores.
Oh, it just sounds like a
so I like Play and Trade. I thought it was a good store. So yeah, it was basically GameStop, but you had knowledgeable people there, and they did like what they also did too is they did like tabletop gaming too, and like events. So like you go there and play tabletop games and like what's that card game that everyone likes?
D&D?
No, the other one. Magic. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, they would do like Magic tournaments and stuff. Yeah, and sell like Magic cards and things like that.
My mind immediately went to D&D, even though it's not cards, but still, I was like, oh, that could be an idea.
I'm sure they do stuff like that too. Yeah, Play and Trade was like Hollywood video games. James, it was like a mom and pop version of GameStop, basically. Yeah, smaller stores too, and they're still around.
Yeah, they have 116 locations.
Yeah, they're pretty tiny, but I like them. And it's like mom and pop gaming stores. It's so sad to see them go too. You know, that's the bad thing about digital distribution, which I guess we'll get to right now because it's directly related. Scott Pilgrim, the game, is finally coming back. I'm so freaking excited. I absolutely love Scott. This is my favorite beat 'em up I think ever, besides Castle Crashers. I absolutely love this game. However, it's a shame that it had to come to this because there was no physical copies that came out of Scott Pilgrim. And with these limited time releases like the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, I absolutely hate how digital distribution is making like gaming history. Because let's be real here. Gaming to me is an art form in a lot of ways. It's art. It's, like movies and like books and things like that. This is art. These are stories. These are, experiences here. And the fact that they're trying to get rid of these games or like limit them. I mean, like James Jarvis just said, like you need to have an OG 360 to be able to play this game. And if you don't have that, then you were out of luck until now because of these licensing issues and crap. So, like, a big part of me misses the days. And Jeremy, we were talking about this recently too in chat, where you would get a game from GameStop or from wherever, put it in your GameCube or Wii, and it would just work. And you wouldn't have to download any updates. It would just work, and you don't have to worry about DRM and everything that crap. Like, it was so
play.
nice. You just play, and you didn't have to worry about the game going away because it was just there.
Yeah, are they making this a physical edition of Scott Pilgrim, or is this still digital?
As of now, they are not. But as of now, they are not. But limited run games, I think they're hoping they can get their hands on doing this, because if there is a physical copy, I'm getting that damn physical copy. I can't have this game go away twice, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted it really badly the first time and didn't get it because I don't know. I knew someone who had it and just never bought it, and I regret that. So I'm glad I'm finally able to get it, but now I want a physical copy. And Jeremy, that's the reason why we're getting physical copies for Mario 3D All Stars too.
Oh,
Because of this crap, you know?
We actually know for sure that they're gonna delete it. So
Yeah.
they told us.
Well, I mean, wait, no.
No, go ahead. Wait, what, Tom?
No, I
You
was just
tell me.
saying. I was asking if something else had been said about it, but just the same thing. Because I don't know if we know for sure. I know what they said, but it's Nintendo. I don't know. I don't.
Oh yeah, no. I
never
think I was
believed
just saying. But
Yeah.
I think it was funny that we were talking about how Scott Pilgrim was deleted like last week, and now it was announced.
I know.
It's like a month ago.
It is funny.
It was actually like a month ago we were talking about it.
It was.
Yeah.
And there is a podcast episode coming out that I did, and you guys know about that. I did with my friends Lisa and Chris, who work in the media industry, and we were talking about this whole digital distribution thing because my friend, she works in live streaming, and my other friend, he does something similar. And we talk about how content is being removed and the whole digital age is like, you know, the whole preservation of stuff is very hard to do these days. And I'm glad Scott Pilgrim is finally coming back and they listen, but it's like it's a shame that this even had to happen in the first place, because one day you could be playing something and watching something and the next day, boom, it's gone forever. You know? Like even like Machinima, dude. Like, remember all those Machinima videos? Those are all disappeared. You can't watch them anymore unless they're re-uploaded somewhere. That's what sucks about what sucks about digital distribution.
You can never guarantee anything with that.
Exactly.
I'd say there's goods and bads about it.
No, there definitely are pros and cons. A pro for me personally is that anytime that I decide last minute that I want to buy a game, I can just download it. For
like
example,
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I did that with Animal Crossing, for example. Like midnight when it released, I was like, I was on the fence, and I was like, I kind of want to play it, so I downloaded it. So you can make like kind of last minute decisions and conveniently just download games whenever you want to. But the problem is, you know, sometimes if you have digital games and then you move on to a new console, eventually they might delete those games off the store and then you can never play them again. Like if it's like not for bigger titles, but like some smaller titles, like maybe like a Scott Pilgrim, for example, a fun little arcade game that was really great. And they deleted it, but now it's back, so it's cool. But like, you know what I'm saying? There's always the risk that you won't be able to play it ever again.
Exactly. Yeah, and it sucks, man. It sucks that has to be a thing. And there was no physical copy released for Scott Pilgrim. And granted too, okay, even with physical copies, just because you own the disc doesn't mean you're immune to updates and things like that. Okay, like I understand that. However, like for games like on the Switch and these little arcadey things that don't really get updates, having a physical copy does help. So,
right.
You know, I would spend $10 more for a physical copy. And again, it depends on the situation, James. Like, certain games I don't really care about, but, like, other things, especially showing that it's going to be a limited release, like the Mario 3D collection, yeah, I want that as a physical copy because... And Nintendo's crappy, like, digital distribution policy where if you delete the game and you don't archive the save file, you can't re-download the game unless they changed it. Name a game that doesn't work anymore because of updates. Halo 2 multiplayer on the original Xbox. But it's more so with this generation, James, because what's going to happen is in 10 years, if you want to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, okay, how many updates are there for that game? It's like every week when I launch the Blizzard app, there's like a 50 gigabyte update. Though Activision, no way in hell is going to support those updates, and you're not going to be able to play that game, I feel like. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think... And here's the thing, too. With this next generation of consoles, with the Series X and the PS5 all digital edition, like, even Microsoft did PlayStation, Microsoft and Sony, they just don't care about physical copies anymore. You know? They just would rather have you get it digital.
I am...
And by saying nobody does, I mean no company. I do.
Yeah.
I like.
I do. I have to say I'm like one of the only people really that like. I'm just like I'm fine, just digital. Like I don't have a problem with that. Like I see why people like physical copies of things, but personally, I'm just like, hey, look, they're gonna charge me less for a version of the console that doesn't have a feature that I wouldn't use anyway. I'm fine with that. But
the thing is also there's less pros, I feel like, with physical games on some of the newer consoles too, because I know with Xbox at least, sometimes you'd have to just download the game from the disc. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So it's
because
like even if you
discs are
buy
too
the
small,
yeah. So even if you buy the physical copy, it's like, what's the point?
That's right. That's exactly it, Jeremy. Yeah, because like these games, like a Blu-ray disc is only like, I think it's like 80 something gigs for the Ultra Blu-ray, but it's like with Call of Duty, you're gonna have to download stuff onto your drive because, and also too, what they made you do this generation with these consoles is because the disc was too slow for these games. Like Blu-ray, it's different because it's just a movie, but for these games that are huge, you'd have to download like Red Dead Redemption 2. It didn't matter if I had the disc or not. I still have to download the full game because the disc is too slow to be able to read the game. Let's see. Consumers drive the market, but the creators can influence the consumers to what the market would be. It's a weird world to be in for gaming. Oh, absolutely. No, the gaming industry is definitely evolving and adapting. And, you know, I'm curious how things are going to be going forward, especially when we go to cloud gaming.
It's a very strange world where, you know, developers can put years into making a game, and then a game like Fall Guys comes out, and everyone's like, I'm going to play that. It's like, but we spent like millions of dollars on Call of Duty. It's like, well, I mean, Fall Guys.
Yeah, it's pretty
like,
wild.
Look at it.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting how people in the gaming world kind of latch on to certain games. I think a lot of games recently that have become really popular are like games that are good for Twitch streamers. You know, it's like it's a lot of it's just like quick games. You can get a lot of matches in, or you can get a lot of different games in.
Right. James Jarvis is making dinner, everybody. James Jarvis is making dinner.
Well, he's got.
James, what are you having? What is he having?
What are you making for dinner?
James, are you having pizza, dude? Are you getting pizza?
Let's not talk about pizza.
Pizza.
Keep bringing up pizza.
We always need to find a way to bring up pizza, dude.
No, I don't want it. No more pizza.
Amanda, you like pizza?
Oh man. Yeah, let's get into that.
Oh no.
Jake, thanks for stopping by, Jake. Much appreciated, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one. I'm super tired too, but I can't ruin my perfect podcast.
Let's go.
I gotta keep it up.
Amanda, do you care about digital distribution and physical copies as a non-gamer, or you're okay with just downloading crap and that's it?
Well, I mean, I have to say though, like, there's also nothing like the nostalgia of inserting a PlayStation 2 disc into my PlayStation 2. I would love to get more games for like the old consoles that I have that I know still work. And I definitely feel like people can market off nostalgia too. I mean, I would imagine that, I mean, obviously GameStop can't do it very well, but what they were talking about before, like if there's any mom and pop shops that sell those, I mean, I don't really know, I guess, how big that part of the gaming world is, because obviously, like, at least with the younger generation, they're going to be downloading digital games, obviously. But
fair point.
because they won't even really have been exposed as much to the
I knew
to
it
the
was-
consoles that you would actually need physical copies for, especially because now these new generation consoles are adaptable to the digital age, or they're starting to be. So yeah, I think there's definitely a benefit to still keeping around both.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like what
It's a
Scuba
very
Jeff
fair point.
said.
Yeah, I was just gonna say what Scuba Jeff said too. Like it's definitely true. Like it's all eventually going to go online. I mean, that's kind of where we're heading towards. Just like I was saying before, with with DVDs and with
Yeah.
TV, all of that has become digital, just as
Yep.
this is about to be.
Yeah, people got over
I
it.
think it's
I mean,
natural.
I shouldn't say they got over it. I mean, people got used to it, I guess. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna happen with gaming too, or like it's just the normal thing is just you either download or stream games from some service. It's like it's just gonna change. Like people are gonna have their old consoles, people are still gonna have their Famicoms and their SNESs and everything, but the future is now, old man. Things are changing.
Well, here's what sucks though, is like the world needs to get caught up with internet if this is going to be the future, because we have we're very fortunate because we're in an area in the metropolitan tri-state area where internet access is very easy to come by. I mean, you go to basically any place in Jersey, and you could get easily a minimum of like 100 meg download speed. Like Comcast upload speeds are pretty crappy, keeping it real, but at least the download speed, which most people use, is pretty good. You go into the Midwest and places like, very rural areas where you can literally be in a town where your next house is like 20 miles down the road. Internet access there is very limited. And I'll tell the story again, because people will hear it when the podcast episode I did about media comes out soon. But there's a guy and by the way, James Jarvis is having hamburgers. Nice, dude. Sorry, I meant to say that before.
That's
there's a
something I actually
guy
really want to know.
who Rich from Review Tech USA talked about this a bunch of times as how
Check
digital
off your bingo
distribution
boards.
needs to come up. Wait, until the internet is high speed everywhere. I agree. Exactly, James Jarvis. That's what I'm getting at here, because there's a guy who literally has to mail, like literally take a hard drive, put it in the mailbox, and send it to his friend who lives in New York to download a game like Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption 2, and mail it back to him, because otherwise it would take like days and weeks for him to download the game because the internet speed is just garbage there. So I don't know what the solution is to get better internet everywhere and to incentivize companies to do it, but we have to, if we're going to start embracing this digital distribution future, and for everything, for working from home and video chatting and streaming, all this crap, we need to have internet speed consistent and everywhere across the world, really, because James Jarvis, it may sound like a first world problem, but it's related in a lot of ways. And hopefully, if you hear the podcast episode that hopefully should be coming out soon, you'll hear that it's not, because it's not just gaming; it's also working from home, education, school, everything. Like, we need reliable internet access for a society to function at this point.
I feel like at this point. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Tom. No, you're all good. Go ahead.
No, I feel like at this point, it doesn't even matter really what like we say we want. It's gonna be about like what other companies, like, they're gonna go to the internet providers and be like, hey man, you guys gotta make this stuff faster so we can sell more products, so people can actually use your internet, your internet speeds. And then they're gonna be like, all right, you know what, you're right. It's better for business if we, make our internet speeds faster. And then
That
they're
is
gonna
what
really work on
America's
it.
about.
Yeah,
We're about business and
that's
profiting.
exactly.
We are.
So, we need to find a way to incentivize these companies then. Do something, because
the companies are going to be incentivized when they realize that they are going to make more money off of us somehow. That's how it's going to be. That they're not going to listen to us for no other reason.
Well, it sucks because Google Fiber was a great idea, and Google like all their other projects, they give up on it. Like, like halfway through, they're like, this is too expensive, or this isn't working. Like, instead of dumping money into Stadia, which from the get-go we all knew that was gonna flop. I was saying that was gonna flop for like literally since they announced the damn thing. When they announced it and did the reveal, I'm like, this is gonna flop. This is gonna suck. Okay. why spend money on stupid stuff like that when they could actually give people a service like Google Fiber that people want? I just don't get it. And there needs to be a way for and I'm sorry, but the satellite internet is not going to cut it. It's too slow. It's too slow because DirecTV has a satellite internet package, and someone I know was telling me that they used it before, and it's really crappy and slow. So like we need direct baseband or fiber internet connectivity throughout the world because it's not just here. It's the world needs to be interconnected, and we got to fix this.
I mean, I think there is a chance for space. I mean, look, it's. I'm pretty sure that's Elon Musk. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is his company. Yeah.
I've heard a little about that whole SpaceX thing, and I mean, hell, look, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know the science behind it, but it's very possible they could be figuring something out right now, and we don't know about it. And maybe they come out like in a week and be like, "Hey, man, we found this thing that makes the internet go super fast from space, so we're going to use that now." But I don't know.
I'm so skeptical about that, like James said.
I mean, believe me, I am too. But I mean, people are smart. They're going to figure something out, you know? I feel like they're going to figure something out.
The only thing is, even if you were to get a satellite internet that was reliable and actually fast, you'd also have to somehow establish it so that everybody has access to being able to utilize it. You know, we'd have to restructure how we provide people internet, and we already can't provide people adequate internet all over the world, not even in a country like the United States. There's people in rural areas that don't have adequate internet access. So it's like, even if we were to create a new way to get internet, are these people, I mean, you wouldn't have to do wiring or anything like that, but like, you could probably just have a wireless connection, but these people would still need some sort of access point that connects them to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think there really is a chance for Starlink because I mean, I have looked at it before.
Well, what is it? Is it satellite internet? I really don't know anything about it.
It's a lot more complicated than just internet. Yeah, like it's like a I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's satellites that have like that that try and provide internet, and then the Starlink is kind of like it's closer to the Earth, and man, I can't describe it. If you really want to know about it, you have to look it up and like.
All right, I'll have to check it out because I've literally never heard of it before.
It's like thousands of satellites that sort of connect into a system. It's not just like one satellite giving you internet. It's like I'm talking like thousands and thousands of satellites that like connect together to make.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
but what about cloud coverage? Like what James said, because cloud coverage is also a problem. Like if there's a cloud over your satellite, you're Dunsky. Like I remember, like people like watching football, NFL football with DirecTV, like would get cloud coverage and the game would cut out. Like you know what I'm saying? Is that a problem?
Look, I couldn't tell you all the details about it because I've only looked at it briefly a while ago now, but I don't know. I feel like they've probably figured something out. But I'm gonna look at it more later because I am interested.
Yeah, I'm
to
curious.
More about
Okay,
it
I'll have to check out their website then too because I know nothing about it and I haven't heard of it. What are the speeds too? We need reliable speeds because we can't be sitting here a week downloading Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Or like uploading a video or something. You know, it has to be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just answer Scuba Jeff here. He says, using satellite-based internet, anyone could put it on their house or hut. That's true, but at the same time, you'd probably have to purchase that access point, and certain people wouldn't be able to do that. And I know that.
Was it pricey? Like what? Also, what's the cost?
I am actually not sure. That's true. I don't know if there's
Yeah, like what's the cost? Like if this thing is expensive as hell, then you know it's got to we got to have internet access too. That's also like not insanely, like ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, there's that, and also, one thing is even our current wireless connections that are quality wireless connections are still not as strong as wired Ethernet connections as is.
Oh so, yeah, like Wi-Fi is always slower than wired LAN. for
Yeah,
sure.
even if I'm like connected to my Wi-Fi router and I'm sitting right next to it, it has a stronger connection if I'm directly plugged in. So if I'm
Absolutely.
getting my internet from space, I can't guarantee you that it's going to be the kind of speeds, unless if they optimize it extremely effectively, which I'm sure is possible. But I don't know that much about Starlink. I'll be totally honest, but
Yeah.
I think they'd have to optimize it really, really well, and it'd have to be really effective for it to become the new standard.
Right. No, it does. It does. And like I said, I have to look more into it because I really don't know enough about it.
Yeah, low Earth orbit satellites don't have cloud issues. That kind of makes sense if they like
Okay.
are below a certain level in the
Okay. So there you go,
atmosphere.
James Jarvis. There you go. Got that question answered.
Yeah.
Who's
I
typing?
can't.
Someone's looking some up. You're typing.
Yeah, I can't.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I can't speak on behalf of Starlink, but I can say that it's interesting, and I will definitely be watching as it progresses. But I don't know. I can only hope it works. But I feel like the installation of this is not going to be as easy as just plugging something into your computer. I feel like it's gonna be
Yeah.
a little
Well,
more.
you seem to know more about this than me and Jeremy, Tom. So like, I take your
Yeah.
word for that too.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, it's been a while since I looked up anything about it, but because I remember I saw like an article about it a couple months back, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and I read the article and looked up about it, and it wasn't like extensive research by any means, but I remember being like, wow, that's really cool. I can't wait to see more about it, and haven't even heard of it in months until Scuba Jeff brought it up.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay.
hoping. I'm still hoping because that'd be great.
Yeah. No, it would be great. I mean, the more internet access and the faster the speeds, the better.
Yeah, people in like rural areas, that don't have access to high-speed internet, we would solve their problem then.
Exactly.
They buy the antenna or whatever it is, and they plug it in and hook up to the Starlink, and they're done.
Yep.
But I feel like it's gonna be like you guys said, either really pricey or really complicated to install.
Well, Tom, because
So.
hopefully, if it's easy and you get your tiny home one day, a mobile,
Which I will get.
tiny home, and you could set this up, man. You'll have internet no matter where you go.
Hey man, driving around, tiny home. Tiny
Yes,
Starlink.
Okay, 5G is the future wireless. However, there's still a lot of difficulties with 5G because now we're gonna need 5G nodes on like every corner. So 5G is still a ways off from that being completely, completely normalized. So I would say like we need to, just guessing here that the Starlink thing would probably come out sooner in terms of reliability than like being mainstream 5G.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
gotta
I
say-
think it
Oh, no, go
seems
ahead.
like. Oh, sorry, you talk, Tom.
no, go ahead.
Oh no, what I was saying is like I think, to be fair, I think from what I'm saying, I'm thinking of it from a different perspective. But if like he's saying, I believe that Scuba Jeff definitely knows more about this than I do.
Yeah,
If it's completely different technology, I think maybe it's not fair to compare it to things we already have, and it's more like a wait and see situation and see how it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But I was just gonna say I'm not qualified at all to talk about it because I don't know anything about it other
Right.
than a short article I read months ago. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm hopeful, but I am also doubtful. But
I think
will-
it's always safe to be hopeful
Heat
and a
does
little
not
bit
heat up
doubtful.
anything. No, James. I'm not saying heat up. I'm talking about you lose speed. I'm not talking about heat. Well, your device heats up. The device gets warmer from what I heard about. I mean, Tom, you have a 5G capable phone.
dude, look, if you're gonna ask me anything about it, I'm gonna tell you right now, I see no difference in anything
I
I
know.
do, and I can't tell if there's a difference in temperature because honestly, it just feels the same all the time.
Well, because here's the thing. Because James, watch. Oh, he was referring to the last podcast. What did I say last podcast? I don't remember about 5G. I don't remember. Wired connections will eventually disappear. Cable plants are very expensive. I don't know about that. Wired connections will eventually disappear. That's gonna be a long time.
I do agree with that though. I feel like there will be a time where wired connections are gone. Like we will not see wires anywhere. Like it'll all just be wireless. Honestly, and I'm just saying that because, hey, look, future's wacko. We have we're able to charge our phones on like
I mean, there's still
pads,
gonna
to
be
plug it
be
in.
data centers with cables though.
I don't know. I mean,
Tom, I
don't
mean,
know.
not to get too much to what I do professionally, but I do work in media and I do this stuff, and we are not anywhere close to not having to deal with cables.
So,
Like I
what,
can
5
guarantee
years?
you that. I'm telling you, we're not even like we're
2
nowhere
years?
close. No.
Next week.
Without getting too into it, but yeah, I could assure you there will still be cables in data centers for quite some time. It makes everything super hot. They've done tests, and that's a myth. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm just going off because I watched MKBHD's video, James. So anyway, let's start talking about the Series S here because, I mean, it's all related though because the Series S is all digital. Now, here's the kicker, guys. Prices. How do you guys think about the $299 price tag? I think that's a pretty damn good price considering
Yes,
the amount of
absolutely.
power in that console. You know what I mean?
It's pretty great. If it's still gonna be as powerful as what they've already revealed to us, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the full specs next to me, but it is like it's going to be a 1440p device, like so 1080 1440p with high frame rates, and they're also going to still be supporting ray tracing and stuff. So you're going to lose on the the 4K and stuff, but honestly, this little box here, and it's also so much smaller than the Xbox Series X. Like this device is really small and it's awesome. I mean, it fits in so many. It'd be perfect in so many home theater setups. And I love the price. James, I understand that there should be a disk drive, but I get it that it cut costs and they're able to make the device smaller. But man, I'm high on this thing. The only downside though is these hard drives because in order to play the Series S and X games, and same with the PlayStation 5. You will need to use their proprietary hard drives, their SSDs, if you want to expand the storage, and those things are going to be pricey. Like, they're rumored to be, I think, in like the $100 to $200 range for like an SSD of like 500 gigs to a terabyte. So that's where they're going to make their money. They're going to lose money on selling the console, but they're going to make money back on those SSDs.
I mean, because these things are selling with like half of a terabyte worth of storage on one.
The Series S is, yes, 500 gigs.
half,
The Series X is a terabyte.
Yeah, which it's still 1 terabyte's not a lot these days, but I was reading something about the specs, and it's like it's gonna perform, as you would expect,
Adequately.
like it's not gonna be as good as the Series X, but it's definitely gonna be pretty good. Weird thing is I'm seeing is it's gonna have the Series S is gonna have 10 gigabytes of RAM, which is weird. I would expect it to at least be 16, but
That is a little weird. Yeah.
Series X has 16, but Series S for some reason has 10.
Well, I heard, Tom. What I
Yeah,
heard
that's
though was that
definitely-
the SSDs are actually gonna make up for that lost RAM in performance, and the SSD is actually gonna be like adding additional RAM, from what I've heard, just because of
download
how
more
fast
RAM.
these things are gonna be. Download more RAM.
Alexa, download more RAM.
Download
I've
more
actually
RAM.
recently downloaded a lot of RAM on my computer, and it's actually
Download-
slower, and I don't really understand why.
Download more RAM. Oh yeah, so I mean, it's a cool box, man, and it's a great price. And $499 for the Series X, I feel like that's very fair. And honestly, like, I wonder how much Sony is going to charge for their PlayStation, because it's like, okay, their competitor finally released prices. Where are your prices, Sony? Where are your prices? I want to know. Is it $499 for the disc version and $399 for the discless? I don't know.
I think what they're doing right now is they're like scrambling because Microsoft released their price. They're like, well, we wanted to release our price much higher, so we have to figure out what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I-
they're
Yeah.
no,
Person
their
is.
rumored prices are supposed to be like 500 for the regular and then 400 for the digital version for PS5. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what the rumor is still. So I don't know if that's the case.
Wait, how much for
Honestly.
the no disc drive version?
For the no disc drive version, the
Like $399 probably.
$399 is the estimated price.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
And I have honestly, I kind of like the PlayStation games, so I'm not really. I don't really have much problem with spending a little bit more for a PlayStation because if I'm gonna like the games better,
I agree, Tom,
But-
because for me it's like this generation because pretty much all the Xbox games are are gonna be on the PC now. So it's like I have my powerful PC, that I'm just gonna play these games on, and eventually, because good luck getting a PS5 this year. Let's keep it real. Like they're doing a raffle. You could sign up for a raffle to have the privilege to buy the console. Yes, you will have the privilege to give Sony money if you win the raffle. So yeah, these things, finding them this year is going to be, impossible. Just, keeping it real. So if you expect a PS5, wait, what, Amanda?
Oh, I'm sorry, no. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if you expect to get a PS5 this year, it ain't happening, I feel like.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, this is kind of related. Speaking of raffles or giveaways, Taco Bell is teaming up with Xbox to give away an Xbox Series X.
Oh, man.
Wow, there you go.
There's a chance to win with every medium or large drink that you buy from Taco Bell.
I'm gonna go buy gallons of soda from there.
Oh, man.
Tom, you never win giveaways. I think it's time to give
Look,
up.
I'm gonna win that Wii U, man. It's gonna happen.
Jeremy, we might have some luck because we both won that mac and cheese contest.
I know, we did. I was
That's
actually
pretty cool.
Actually, well, no, I think you won, and I was just your +1 both times.
Still, you won, though.
Technically.
I mean, technically, yeah, you still won. Both have the luck.
This is
Fresh
cutting
news.
deep with the Wii U. I know.
Where's fresh?
I know. I want the Wii U. I don't really want it anymore. I want to Switch. I just want to win it.
I think my chat's not updating. Hold on.
It's gonna be the winner.
I see it. You gotta go to top chat, or no, live chat. Yeah, I see his message. Speaking of giveaways, what about the Wii U? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Wii U, yeah, the Wii U.
He's got to win
man.
the Wii U.
Well, I want a Switch, but I want to win a Wii U.
But I might still get the Series S though, because it's a nice little console, and it's not that bad of a price. $299, like for that power, man, that's pretty damn good. But I definitely want a PlayStation first though. Like I would much rather get a PlayStation with the disc drive for the 4K Blu-rays and stuff. Because man, those first party PlayStation games, Tom, like we always talk about, people talk about this like every week. That Ratchet and Clank game looks incredible. It looks so good. When you pull, literally pulling the next level portal towards you and flipping immediately to the next level. That looks really incredible, man. That is next gen right there. That is a next gen experience.
Only on PS5.
Yeah, but I mean, man, I want a PS5, but I don't know. I mean, I'm debating what I want more. A PS5
Tom, I have
or
the
a
move
Switch?
for you.
Well, Tom, you're not going to find a PlayStation 5 this year.
Tom,
So.
No,
which console can you get for free at Taco Bell?
I guess you're right.
Exactly.
I mean, they're just giving it to me. So,
exactly. So what your move is you buy the PS5 and then you get the Xbox from the Taco Bell giveaway.
Yo, Marky Man, let's go.
Marky
Man. Yo, Marky Man, we're just about to talk about the Amico. You made perfect timing. I was literally going to bring this up. Yes, so Jeremy, this is what I want to talk to you about though, okay? And Tom, and Amanda here.
Oh, I'm
Does this hurt Tommy's chances of the Amico selling? Because the Amico is $249.99 and the Xbox Series S is $299.99.
I think it hurts him.
Yes.
I don't think this is good for Tommy either.
No.
I don't think it'll. Because the thing is, because you're basically choosing between taking a risk for like $40 less, or going with a console that's probably a pretty safe bet. Because like even if the PlayStation's better, the Xbox is still like gonna have games. Like I don't know which one's gonna be better, but the Xbox is still going to have a lot of support and a lot of games. So it's pretty solid. But the thing is with the Amico, it's kind of a risk because you don't really know how it's going to turn out. So would you really want to spend a similar amount of money for a console that you don't know for sure is going to be like a solid pick? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like me and Marky Man were actually talking about this today. Tom, you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, yeah, me and Marky Man were messaging this today though, and like, does this hurt Tommy Tallarico in terms of us getting the Amico and stuff? Absolutely. However, though, like you just said, the people who want the Amico aren't necessarily going to be buying the Xbox in the first place. And I do totally agree with him. Like, does this hurt Tommy? Absolutely. Let's keep it real. It from a hardcore gamer perspective, it definitely hurts him. However, Tommy's trying to sell this thing in hospitals, in retirement homes, and places like that, and for people who aren't really into gaming. So I feel like that definitely is a different market. However, I think, and I know he wants to, he's got to find a way to get that console down $50 cheaper. Because if he can get it down $50 cheaper, I think he's going to be okay, and I think a lot more people are going to be willing to get one. But it just looks kind of crazy that $249 compared to $299 of the Series S. Like that is a pretty big leap in performance than the than the Series S. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I was already pretty skeptical about the console. I wasn't on the episode with Tommy Torrico.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know. I really just I don't see where this is gonna work. I know he keeps saying it, but I don't know. I'm just very skeptical about the Amico. But I'm willing to give it a shot. Like if there's demos for it in person and stuff, I'll definitely go and try it out.
Oh, me too.
But,
no, I want to try this thing too. And again, Tommy, he has done so many successful projects in the past. Like, I have in terms of Tommy as a businessman. I mean, the guy is a really smart businessman. He knows how to make games and market. Like, he does. So if anyone can make this thing successful, I think he is the guy to make that happen. However, there are some shortcomings there, but, if Marky Man, you told me this today. How many units does he have to sell to break even? It's not that many, Tom. His company is going to be fine, and he's got a lot of reputable people working under him from the gaming industry. Yeah. I think I've said it a million times, but it already has broke even. Yes, okay, it already has broke even. No, you have Marky Man. I'm sorry. It already has broken even. And he said it takes 170,000 units to break flat even. He's already sold that many to retail stores. So he already broke even on his company. So I think he's, financially he's okay. But I don't know how many more units he's going to sell in terms of households. But I definitely could see this being really big in not necessarily schools, but even just those little play areas where kids wait in dentist offices and things like that. I could see them having Amicos.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Look, I'm not trying to be pessimistic about it. I would definitely love to see it succeed because it's definitely not a bad thing to have another game console out there that is successful. Because it's just another thing to compete with people. I know we said it's not supposed to, but in reality, if people like it, it's gonna compete with other consoles.
Sure.
So it would be great because more competition is always great. But I just have my doubts about it when you have consoles like the Switch, which you can do party games on, and maybe it's more expensive, but I don't know. It's more games that people already know they like, whereas the Amico, you don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
man,
personally, I think that this will hurt him in terms of people who are maybe considering taking a risk on it, but I don't think that his core demographic are those people.
I agree.
I think his core demographic will still purchase one if they were ever interested. They're probably still going to get one. So I don't think. I mean, it'll probably hurt the hardcore gaming audience that might have just been like, oh, well, this is a cheap console. I might as well try it, But if the Xbox is also sort of cheap, maybe they'd just be like, well, I'd rather just get an Xbox, But, I think it doesn't hurt him for his core gaming audience.
Right. Exactly, Marky Man. Like what Marky Man just said, a dentist or retirement home's main priority isn't having the big games and the best games. That's true. They want simple pick up and play style games, and that's what the Amico offers.
That's his audience. So
Absolutely.
I don't think it'll hurt him there. And that's what matters.
James, I hear what you're saying. Tommy still wants people to know the console, though. He still wants the gaming community to know the console exists. Because there are still going to be games that are appealing for us, like Earthworm Jim and stuff. Although like that's not his main focus. So, like, you know, he still wants us to buy the console though.
Yeah, he wants us to shell, which is what
He
we
wants
want
us
to
to
do.
shell, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I understand why he did that. Spreading news on Rich's channel, just like he wants to interact with the gaming community. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly, Marky, man. There you go.
Yeah, and I think he went on this show. So
Yeah, he
he's
went on
been
this
doing a
show.
good job talking to people about his console, trying to, you know, just be interactive with his potential audience for his console, his potential consumers. And I
Yep.
think that's part of why I think he'll probably be pretty successful with it. I mean, I still believe he'll be pretty successful with it. This obviously does hurt him a little bit, but I don't think it'll be devastating, especially because, like you said, he doesn't have to actually sell an overwhelming amount of units in order to break even.
Amanda, do you think you're gonna play the Amico? Are you interested at all? Because it's targeted for like really honestly like for people like you, Amanda.
I don't remember. What is it like? What is it? What is it? Amico? What is
Yeah,
it supposed to like
it's Tommy
mimic? Is it
Talrico's.
similar to any sort of older console? Like, what is it supposed to?
Like a Wii.
Like a Wii?
It's supposed to be the
But I already
next.
have a Wii.
Well, it's supposed to be the next Wii in terms of it's going to appeal to a audience that doesn't necessarily play hardcore games, and they're supposed
But
to
what
be
can
simple.
you play on it?
There's going to be a lot of original titles on there that are like multiplayer, and there's going to be like some retro games that are going to be repurposed for multiplayer and stuff. So I mean, he's got some good ideas for the console. And if anyone could sell this thing, Tommy's a sales guy. Tommy knows business. He's been in this industry for how many years? Like, he knows where the industry's going. And again, he's got a stacked team around him. So it's not like some no-name company like starting this up.
I'd rather just take out my NES and I'll just play some Double Dragon.
Fresh
See, I think Amanda brings up a good point though about the Wii. Like, I know it's not technically like a Wii, but it's similar in some regards. But it's like what she said was like pretty true. Some people are gonna be like, "Well, I already have a Wii, or I already have a SNES. Like, why do I need to buy this thing for retro games?" You know, it's like he needs to be able to show us the console, show us games.
He
It's the only way.
He is though, Tom. He is showing.
But I
us
mean,
games.
like,
He
I
is
mean,
showing
like
us
in
I do
person.
see the
I mean, in
appeal,
person.
though.
Oh, in person. Yeah, no, 100.
Yeah.
And he wants to do that. He knows that's how it is to sell because that's
Yeah.
how the Wii sold.
Like, he needs to be able to do that. It's the only
He
way he's
needs
going to
to.
convince people.
Well,
I
hopefully-
mean, me included.
Yeah, well, hopefully in mid next year we're in a better spot in terms of the pandemic in the United States, and we can start doing that. And when by the time his console comes out, hopefully things will be in a better spot where we can actually start doing that stuff and test driving this console in person. Because I agree, I want to try this in person too. I really do. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, Amanda, you were about to say something.
I was just gonna say that I can kind of see the appeal because it kind of intertwines this sort of digital age, these new generation consoles with people who are feeling nostalgic, just kind of tied into one. And also the games that are on it are pretty reasonably priced too.
Oh, yeah,
And it
they're
comes with 6
yeah.
installed games, and
And
it's
consolidated.
$249, including the controllers, the console, and
That
the
is
6
true.
games.
That is
So,
true.
I mean, it's something that people will probably like because it's affordable, it's simple, easy to use. Yeah, I could definitely see the appeal. Not for somebody like me, but for maybe like newer generations who are like really getting to gaming and maybe kind of want to get that nostalgic feel even if they don't actually remember playing on older gaming consoles, but at least kind of having that experience from their generation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, personally, Amanda, do you think you would spend $200 or $250 for this
What?
console? No.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. that's yeah.
Wait, what'd I do, James? You said you're sorry. What happened? I don't know. Well, maybe because he's not high on the Amico. I don't know. But no, I mean, hey, there a lot of people aren't, man. But listen, I just think me, Marky, man, and we understand where Tommy's business model is, and it's different. Oh, we lost Jeremy.
Oh,
Oh,
Jeremy-
shoot.
Yeah,
oh,
he's
Jeremy's
back. Ah, he's
He
back.
fell,
He's
he
back.
fell. He fell asleep
He's
for a
back.
minute.
Oh, just scream with the. Oh no, James, that's Tom. Hey, listen, Tom and where the heck is he? Oh, there he is. I think he's just trolling.
He might just be
You're fine, mate.
have mic issues.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, there he is.
No.
No,
You were
no.
saying.
Hey, James, don't worry, man. Tom disagrees with the Amico on me, and so does Sean on our channel. The two of them disagree with me on the Amico.
Oh yeah. Look,
And that's totally fine, man. I mean, it's and again, me and Jeremy talked to Tommy, so like we like speaking with him and asking these questions, like we totally see his enthusiasm and where he's coming from. So like for us, it was I understand where he's coming from. I'm not saying it's to be a slam dunk. I don't know how many systems he's going to sell, and there definitely needs to be certain factors that work for him. But
Look.
there is, I don't think it's going to be a Kuiko Chameleon like Pat and Ian say. It's not, okay? Like, let's keep it real. It's not going to be a massive flop. Like Marky Man said, they already sold 175,000 units. They're breaking even, so and they've got a really, really stacked team around them, which is going to help. So
yeah, I disagree with a lot of you guys on a lot of things when we talk about like on live streams and stuff. Like this, it's like
Tom,
the
it's
whole
okay
like
because I just don't listen to you when you listen to me.
no, like especially when it comes like oh man, the Smash Brothers one. I hate bringing it up because people don't like me when I bring
No,
it
just
up.
don't say it. Just
Uh,
it's not
I
worth
have
talking
to.
about.
For
No,
my,
it's
for my
not.
point,
It's
I
really,
have to.
it's really not worth talking
I
about.
don't think
Let's-
Melee is the best Smash Brothers.
Well, you don't have evidence to
don't-
prove that opinion.
I
so
do.
It's
It's in
okay.
my head,
It's
I don't
okay.
like
It's
it.
okay. I'm kidding.
I
I'm kidding.
much prefer the newer games, and I'll be the one guy to say that I liked Brawl better than Melee. So that's enough to get people to hate me just by saying that.
Well, Tom's dumb. We've established this, so it's okay.
If you
No,
want
that-
someone to
again, it's-
disagree with you, it's me.
I know. I'm
I
joking.
will
I'm
disagree.
joking. I know.
Oh yeah, no, we disagree on quite a lot of gaming topics and other topics, and that's quite all right.
Yes, Malarkey.
Oh, Marky Man agrees with you, Tom. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm not alone. Yes.
I appreciate the number of question marks after James.
Yeah,
Jarvis.
me too. Me too. I
That-
appreciate that, James Jarvis.
That's that's a topic for another
Shake my
day.
head, yeah. I really just like the single player. Marky Man says the
Yeah,
single
it's-
player had
it's good.
problems, but it was cool. It was a cool concept.
Yeah, I didn't get to play a lot of it.
It just had
the
just
single
had
player.
issues because it was the enemies were pretty generic, and they needed like more original, more like Nintendo themed enemies as opposed to just random creations.
Yeah, I think it would have benefited from that, but I do think the Subspace Emissary was pretty good. I think Brawl had one of the better single player experiences out of the series.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
think personally I enjoyed Melee and Brawl's single player the most.
too.
Smash 4 and Ultimate actually really don't have very great single players.
Smash
I mean,
4 doesn't
World-
really have one at all.
Ultimate?
Yeah, well, Smash 4 doesn't have one at all. Ultimate has World of Light, which is like better than
So
nothing.
repetitive though.
But yeah, it gets kind of old. It kind of just fills the void of event matches, but it's not as good as event matches, in my opinion. Multiplayer wise, I think it's no contest between Brawl and Melee. Melee easily wins, but that's just my opinion. But I mean, one of them has a competitive scene still, so I don't know.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess that's true, but in personal opinion, I do like Brawl. But
No, I
that's,
know.
again,
I
that's
figured might as well just talk about it since we brought it up.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about it.
that is a very long thing to talk about for another time.
I know.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I think this was this was quite a long stream. We had a lot of fun here. A lot of
Oh, yeah.
great topics here. Marky Man, we're not going to get into this right now because we are wrapping up the stream. But my personal favorite Mario Kart is Double Dash. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 2. I'm just always a Double Dash guy. I
So
just love that game.
I don't like
Arcade
Mario
Deluxe
Kart.
actually is really good.
I don't
Yep.
like Mario Kart.
And
at
Tom
all as a
doesn't.
game.
Yeah, Tom somehow doesn't like Mario Kart, which is
Yes,
Look,
so
it-
Tom's got weird opinions.
I told you I don't. Look. Never mind.
all right. Well, all right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. to this episode. This is episode 12 of the live streams, and these are a lot of fun. We try to do these every Friday at 10 p.m. We only missed a handful of them, so we're going to keep these going as much as possible. Whether you're here chatting or here listening, we appreciate you. And we had a lot of fun conversations tonight. It was a lot of fun. So thanks everybody for listening. And does anyone have everyone want to say goodbye?
My final thought is sorry I was so tired and sleepy today, but I just wanted to be here because attendance, and I appreciate
perfect
being
attendance
here.
award. Hey Tom, remember you won perfect attendance in school?
Oh yeah, for like 13 years, whatever.
You did.
Never missed a
That
day of
I
school.
don't believe.
I
He
have the
actually did.
certificate.
He
I
did.
have the
He
certificate.
I remember when he got the
No
certificate.
way.
Yes, he did.
I
he did.
had the certificate. I will
Tom
show
may
you.
not have always mentally been present at school, but he was always
But
there.
I was there. I was there every day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, James Jarvis, crap. All right, remind me next time. We'll do a cheap Switch game.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. All right, remind me next time, okay? James, just DM me and we'll get that to happen, all right? We'll do that next time, dude. There was just a lot of news this week. We'll do that. We'll do that next week for sure.
Yeah.
Congrats. All right, guys.
Thank
well,
you.
we are gonna wrap this up. James says congrats. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got some cool podcast episodes in the works. Hopefully that will be released pretty soon. And we will see you all on the next live stream or podcast episode. And and in case you haven't listened to our backlog, we have plenty of stuff to listen to. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Stopping.